So for section 9.1, we are creating our HO and our HA, or null and alternative hypothesis. So for the first problem, it says that the mean, so we have mean is means equals 34. So mean equals 34. So the opposite of that would be the mean does not equal 34. Your HO always has your equal sign. HO goes with equals, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and your HA goes with not equal to, less than or greater than. So now you have to find one where it's equal to 34 and not equal to 34, which is this one, which is the first one. At most, 60% of Americans vote in presidential elections. So at most, since this is a percent, we're going to use P. So P, and then at most is less than or equal to 0.60. Think if you have at most $5 in your wallet, you have $5 or less. So P is less than or equal to 0.60. The opposite would be P is greater than 0.60. This is your null because it has the equal sign. This is your HA. So then you have to find one. So your null would be less than or equal to and greater than. So it would be this one. Less than or equal to is your null. Your HA is greater than. For C, the mean starting salary is at least 100,000. So at least, so it's mean again, so you're going to use mu, is at least greater than or equal to 100,000. So the opposite of that would be less than 100,000. Your null is the one with the equal sign, and your alternative is the one without the equal sign. And the one that's correct would be this one, right? The null is greater than or equal to 100,000. The alternative is less than 100,000. This one says 29% of high school seniors get drunk. So 29% is our proportion. So P equals 0.29. So the alternative is P does not equal 0.29. This is your null. The null is always with the equal sign. This is your alternative. It's one without the equal sign. So this would be, let's see, we want P equal to 0.29. So it's this one. And P not equal to 0.29. Fewer than 5% of adults ride the bus to work. So this is P less than 0.05. So the opposing view would be P greater than or equal to 0.05. Now the null always has the equal sign. So the null is the bottom one, and the alternative is the one without the equal sign. So we're looking for HO P greater than or equal to 0.05, and it's this one, greater than or equal to 0.05, P is less than 0.05. The mean number of cars is not more than 10. So mean, we're going to use mu. Now, not more than. Think if the gift does not cost, or the gift is not more than $10. So the gift is not more than $10. Not more than is less than or equal to. Think the gift is not more than $10, 10 or less. And so the opposing view would be greater than 10. This is your alternative. This is your null. So your answer is going to be this one, less than or equal to 10, greater than 10. About half of Americans prefer to live away from cities given the choice. So half, 50%, we're talking about proportion. So P is 0.50. The opposing view would be not equal to 0.50. So this is your HA and this is your HO. So it's going to be this one. Europeans have a mean paid vacation of 6 weeks. So the mean, the mu, is equal to 6. The opposing view is not equal to 6. So this is your null, and this is your alternative. And so it's this one. Oh, nope, that would not be correct because the null has to have an equal sign. So it's this one. So the null equals 6 and the alternative is not equal to 6. Remember, null has to have equals, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. It's the HA that has not equal to, less than or greater than. So those are our only options. The chance of developing breast cancer is under 11%, so P is less than 0.11. So the opposing view would be P is greater than or equal to 0.11. Here's your null and here's your alternative. So let's see, the null is greater than or equal to 0.11, so it's this one. Greater than or equal to 0.11, the alternative is less than 0.11. Private universities have a mean tuition cost more than 20,000. So mean is more than 20,000. So the opposing view would be the mean is less than or equal to 20,000. So this is your null. The null always has the equal sign, and this is your alternative. So you're looking for the null. Null is less than or equal to, null is less than or equal to, let's see, it would be this one. Null is less than or equal to 20,000. Alternative is more than 20,000. So more than means greater than. Okay, so the alternative hypothesis is stated right here. Is there good evidence that less than 30% of the teen girls smoke to stay thin? So P is less than 0.30. That's your alternative. So it's this one. Less than 0.30. Alternatives can't have equal signs, so it's definitely not this one or this one. And the reason it's not more than is because it says less than. A statistics instructor believes that fewer than 20%, so P is less than 0.20. So the alternative hypothesis is this one. Remember, alternatives can't have equal, so that eliminates these two. And the reason it's less than is because it says fewer than. For 4, it says that previously an organization reported that teenagers spent an average, so this is the mean, is equal to so for this one, previously an organization reported that the average was 4.2. The organization thinks that the mean is higher, so thinks that it's higher than 4.2. So previously an organization reported that the average is 4.2. The organization thinks that currently the mean is higher, so greater than 4.2. Now this is all, when you do the hypothesis test, you would need sentence 2 and sentence 3. So the null has the equal sign and the alternative has the not equal sign, so it is this one. The mu equals 4.2, the mu is greater than 4.2. You are testing that the mean is more than 3. So the opposing view would be less than or equal to 3. So this is your null and this is your alternative. So the null is less than or equal to 3. So it's this one, which didn't have one. So mu is less than or equal to 3. The HA's mu is greater than 3. The mean entry-level salary of an employee is $58,000. You believe that it's higher, so you believe that it's higher than 58,000. State the null and alternative. So this is the alternative, this is the null. Let's see what fits in. So it's this one, equals 58, greater than 58. Claims that the probability that person picked at random is visiting the area is. The probability is 0.83. So the alternative or opposing view would be not equal to 0.83. So this is your alternative and this is your null. So it would be this one, equals 0.83, not equal to 0.83.